I was starting to think we'd have to finish without you.
Cut the garbage. I want an explanation.
I can give you that much, but I don't like raising my voice. Keep walking.
Ambush, run!
You aren't saying anything your friend doesn't already know. You know, Grand Champion, you got talent. The Overseers would have scouted you eventually. We could have helped you make a real mark on the galaxy. Now you'll have to settle for your gaudy title and the price on your head.
Who are you working for?
We share a name you won't recognize. Geno Harridan. We solve the Republic's problems, remove troublemakers, keep things running smoothly. Bounty hunting isn't a game, whatever the Mandalorians think. It's serious business, with serious consequences. Consequences you're about to become intimately familiar with.
I owe you. Again. My turn to be bait, I guess.
You able to move out?
Definitely.
How? This should have been total overkill.
Buddy, I'll show you overkill.
It was just a job. The Overseer says kill, I kill. You know how it is. I don't get a say. I want out. I don't care how good the money is. It's not worth it.
You're begging the wrong person. Your call.
You went too far. Finished?
You know, I was actually starting to miss you. Blizz, meet us back at the ship.
Glad to see you both made it back okay.
Welcome back, kid.
Thanks. We back on the hunt?
I think it's safe to proceed.
One of Tormund's lackeys forwarded a star chart to a system called Voss. The place isn't even on most maps yet. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about Voss's discovery on the HoloNet, but it's pretty far-fetched stuff even for spacer superstition. The astrogation computer's updated and ready to go when you are. Hey, got a minute? I wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to say thanks for the coral thing. You didn't have to do all that.
I might this once. Accept payment in kisses.
You can't go around saying stuff like that. We've got a business contract here. Stay professional. It's not about what I feel. We've got to work.
Guess we'll have to stop working together.
Okay, so all the stuff I said before, that whole not mixing work and whatever, I've officially changed my mind.
You got crummy taste in company. Bad enough with that skinny broad and the little twerp trying to walk tall. But I don't get how that squeaking thing in the bellyaching dandy ain't become target practice yet. How'd a hard case like you get tangled up with such a bunch of dainties?
It'd be a mistake to underestimate any of my crew.
Yeah? I ain't buying it. None of your tag-alongs would have lasted 2 minutes with any of my crowd.
I can't picture you as a people person.
Sitting around by myself. Ain't much of a party. Had a good thing going back on Coruscant. Empire shook that place up real good. No law. Just unclaimed turf. And millions of dregs clawing at each other for the scraps. One big round-the-clock brawl. Shame it didn't last.
The Republic sent in the troops?
Pecking order got sorted out, gangs formed, party ended. Still, turf wars were fun. My gang was top of the pack. Black Sun were killers to the core, not like those lazy, stinking huts. Wonder what they've been doing since I got nabbed. Gotta go find me something to break.
Never thanked you, not making a big deal over me taking off. Good to see my brothers are still alive. Corridan owes me 50 credits.
Never leave a debt, Torian.
He's good for it. Been meaning to ask something. Mandalore tell you the SWTOR when you were adopted into his clan?
Is that something I should know?
You could say that. SWTOR means 6 actions. The core of Mandalorian life. Speaking the language is a big one. I could teach you, if you're up for it.
I probably ought to know what my people were saying about me.
Have to find some time later, then. Been working on a new shot. Something I picked up watching you. Want to check it out?
Let's see it.
Think it'd be best to try it in a real firefight. Let's get to work. Sooner we're moving, the sooner you can see me in action. Ever eaten Mandalorian food? At your adoption, maybe?
I don't think so.
You'd remember it. Edicless, nose burn. That's how you know it's good. Thought I'd put something together next chance I got. Interested?
I won't turn down a hot meal.
Let you know next time I'm headed to the galley.
So, what do you know about Hilo Viz?
I've heard the name. She was some big-time spacer, wasn't she?
You could put it that way if you're partial to understatement. She broke the Mandalorian blockade at the Hydian Way. You know, the one that strangled Coruscant and dashed a full-scale Jedi assault. And it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart, either. Credits were involved. A lot of them.
She's single?
I heard that.
No, she's dead. According to the rumors, anyway. Most think the Hutts were behind Hilo's disappearance, but anyone who knew her could tell you they'd have better odds winning a marathon. No, she's still out there. Somewhere.
Never took you for the type to get starstruck.
What? No. We've got history. Hilo was my old partner. More than that. That blockade run was the last thing we ever did together. Like I said, a lot of credits were involved. When I saw the opportunity, I took off and left Hilo holding the bag. Stupid.
Reassuring.
Hey, I said it was stupid. I learned my lesson. Listen, I found out that an old associate from that blockade run is still around and kicking. A mutual acquaintance. I owe Hilo one last visit. If he knows where she's been laying low all this time, I've got to track him down.
Go ahead, Blizz. I appreciate the gesture. What makes them irreplaceable? Just try not to get your hopes up, all right?
The Empire graciously welcomes you to Voss Orbital. Ambassador Yoran deeply regrets that he was unable to greet you personally. I've been instructed to emphasize the delicate situation you're walking into before you head for the surface. The Ambassador is concerned that your business could jeopardize the Empire's interests on Voss.
My employer would argue otherwise.
It's just that your kind aren't known for stepping lightly, you understand? The Voss are stubbornly isolationist and abundantly aware of their own value to the Republic and the Empire. It is vital that the Empire fosters goodwill. You must remain on your best behavior.
And just what is the planet's value, while we're on the subject?
Well, its location and some unique resources, but our lords seem particularly interested in its people and their connection to the Force. The Voss abhor discord and don't tolerate violence within their territory. You'll mix peacefully with the enemy here. The Voss revere their mystics. Deal carefully with them, or preferably not at all. Also, outsiders are barred from Vosgar proper.
Pretend like I've never been here before.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mystics are the spiritual leaders of the Voss, healers and prophets. The Voss follow their visions without question. Outsiders aren't restricted from travelling the planet, but access to the Voss's home is restricted to the alien enclave. I will let Ambassador Yoran know to expect you. Head to his office once you've landed. Have a safe visit.
Let's get going, Blizz.
What kept you? I must have lost 3 years of my life imagining the damage you were doing here.
Are you the contact Darth Tormund sent me to talk to?
I'm the one who got saddled with the burden of being your minder, yes. That said, I look forward to being rid of General Redrish. That woman will be the death of me, if you aren't.
I was told I'd be dealing with a Kawati noble, not a Republic general.
They are one and the same. General Thelonia Redrish is a well-respected member of Kawati aristocracy, a philanthropist, and a revolutionary. The Empire has lost a number of newly conquered worlds due to her interference, and we may well lose this one unless she's removed. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take the roundabout course, push her into the open.
Any persons or interests she'd have a personal stake in protecting?
Imperial intelligence suspects that she's behind the guerrilla attacks on our forces here, but we can't prove it. I believe your best course of action would be to root out General Redrish's officers in the field and gather evidence of her involvement.
You have names? Whereabouts?
I'm afraid casualty reports are all we have to go on. You'll have to search around the ambush points for signs of the enemy. Take this holo recorder. If you make any discoveries, transmit the evidence to my frequency.
I'll check back in when I got something.
Perimeter, report. Perimeter. Those charges, Prime Sergeant.
Perimeter's on radio silence. Permanently.
Stars, that was fast. No time. Hit them with everything we've got.
Blizz, see what you can do with this. Bet it works better than it ever did.
Hawk's Nest compromised. Full retreat. Operation Cave-In underway. Final transmission. Harrier 1 out. Harrier 1 to Peregrine. The garrison at Fort Cadentha appears to be sending out patrols of Imperial troops. Flights recalled and circling. What's the situation, General? Please advise.
Peregrine. Has to be General Redrish.
Harrier 1, expect more. Yoren's convinced the Voss to allow Imperial troops to bolster Voskha's defenses against the Gormak. Monitor their patrols. If they stray too far, show the Voss how ill-prepared Imperials are for Gormak attacks. Peregrine out.
I've got something for you. Transmitting now.
Now, what have we here? Oh, this is better than I could have hoped. I might even convince the Voss to hand her over for trial with this.
Pull that off and I might kiss you.
Let's try to not get carried away. I'll handle things from here. Return to my office and lay low until I return. Hunter, have you returned? Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, stop. I need you here immediately.
I can move as soon as you give me a destination.
I'm at the Assembly Hall on recess from our hearing. The Voss have agreed to hear the accusations I've made against General Redrish, but they've also agreed to her request to face her accuser. She named you specifically to be called to account and submit to questioning.
Definitely sounds like she's up to something.
She'll likely make a spectacle of you, but we don't have much choice. This is the Assembly Hall's location. Hurry, I don't want the Voss to think we're stalling.
I apologize that the Empire has decided to waste your time today.
You won't smooth things over with a smile this time. The evidence of your guilt is as plain as day.
Your holo recordings? I was really expecting you to have fabricated something a little more tangible, Ambassador. And your only witness is a known terrorist.
Never been convicted, but I'm not the one on trial here.
No, you're not. But your character is. You're a Mandalorian. Your people have made unprovoked acts of war against the Republic and conducted genocides against entire species. Do you deny it?
Wouldn't know. I just joined.
Tell us, how do you acquire this evidence of yours?
Your subordinates provided everything I needed.
That's preposterous. I won't stand here and listen to the Empire slander me. The Empire expects you to take the word of a hired killer instead of a respected official who's proven her commitment to the Voss people time and again. You will remember it is I who agreed to make the pilgrimage to the Shrine of Healing to show my solidarity with the Voss.
An idle promise. My associate can just as easily agree to make this pilgrimage.
Then take the trials, outsiders. That will reveal true character. We have concluded.
You have shown us much. Safe journeys.
Hedging my questions was smart. A shame the Ambassador had to open his mouth and seal your fate. I've spent months preparing for the trials. They're going to kill you. Ambassador?
You shut her up right quickly. She wasn't expecting you to handle yourself so well. I'll requisition a little bonus for your performance. Keep it up. As to this trials business, I had to show the Voss we're willing to do anything the Republic will do. You understand?
Have you thought this through, or were you just blowing hot air?
These trials are obviously deadly. If General Redrish were not to return from her pilgrimage, it would hardly be unexpected.
I'll keep on her trail until an opportunity presents itself.
Fadith Kai is an influential figure at the Pilgrim camp and is not hostile to us. See if he has any insight on getting you into this Shrine of Healing.
Outsider, my master saw you coming. He awaits in the cloister of meditation.
Thought you were the healers, not the prophets.
What? You are... This is a misconception. A mystic is a mystic. You will see him.
Yeah, I'll see him.
The cloister of meditation is near, but secluded. Follow the silence.
Pilgrims are so few now, and outsiders.
People only grow by facing challenges.
The wise don't seek adversity. It will come. Change has come to Voss. Voss must come to change. The outsider woman you seek will be the agent of that change.
How much do you know about my business with General Redrish?
She told me you would follow, and your intentions. Stay in peace, and leave in time. No harm will come, unless you resist.
You break your neutrality, you'll regret it.
We are prepared for force. Restrain him. My gift is not foresight, but I see your fate is not for us to decide.
That mean you won't try anything else?
We cannot stop what must come to pass. The human woman has gone. She has left for Gormakos. Our hope goes with her.
Why stick your neck out for a stranger?
There are no words between Davos and Gormak, only violence. The outsider woman carries an offer of peace. Commandos stand vigil over Gormakos. Their commander may witness the outsider's passing.
Thanks for the information. No hard feelings.
A fool curses fate. Go in peace.
Outsider, rest. Take shelter. Return home. Only Gormak territory lays beyond.
I'm looking for a woman, another outsider. She was headed for Gormakos.
She has found it. An outsider woman fell victim to Gormak attack.
The Gormak attacked. She surrendered.
She wasn't looking for a fight.
Normally, the enemy knows only murder. The woman was taken towards the Gormak beast pens. Her fate is sealed.
Can't wait to see the look on her face when I pull her rear out of the fire.
I will point out the place. Be cautious.
Kimaki ovagetochong, amin swan trombobus. Asay, kinikuan ni Gorvas, don mostaloren kiotavoka. Nanga, soy a fagor vote, layan sumnata.
Hand over the outsider you captured, and nobody else has to get hurt.
Isungin fan gramakvan, kachoden. Nei så fundi ko nagdaneva day at nagnan ni matan. Ve kom ni go banglang, chofei, chong latamso. Vantailappa, uat vonneudan piukutuva. Vlakan vam dau, dat radvibam laugron. Gronati boy kon konika lampu.
You aren't the only ones who want to see her punished.
Vaikuni bam natam sagoriti. No vada grosai, wale kon patron bigay tupa.
Tell me where to find these doubters. I'll make sure she gets what's coming to her.
Puavaska, bam ki ngungham trong wang lao, the chow troksha.
I'm not big on haggling anyway. Liz, did they tell you about our target or not?
Nga, so ye fagor vote layan sum lata. No vada grosai, wale kong patron bigay tupa. Then foi vudagan achnan chok tontay, vebegor nesafun. Nigo woy tapway chakamrang, kongi woy he triole.
I'll try not to lose my head.
Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun ei lam sayo. Puavaska bam ki ngungham trong wang lao the chow troksha.
I expected we'd cross paths again, but not here.
You're keeping interesting company these days, General.
It's not hard to find people who share a desire for peace and prosperity. A Mandalorian wouldn't understand. I'm so close to getting these people on speaking terms, and you're about to throw it all away. For what, money? Tell me you're not that petty.
You're between me and a man spouting lies. Nothing personal.
I think that's a small sacrifice for peace. Nothing personal. Show him what you're made of! Wait! Cease fire! This is a losing battle.
If you're giving up, get on with it.
You've done all you can. This is my fight to lose. This is a pivotal moment in this planet's history. I won't let our squabbles get in the way. If you'll allow these Gormak to return home, I'll lay down my weapon.
You're gonna sacrifice yourself for perfect strangers?
No. I'm going to keep them from sacrificing themselves for something as insignificant as my life. Jedi and Sith waged war here centuries ago, both manipulating these people into fighting their battles for them. It's all painted here on these walls. Now, we've come full circle. These people deserve better than to be exploited by galactic politics. Give them a fighting chance.
Sparing a couple of Gormak won't change anything.
Should that make a difference? Besides, you're wrong. These Gormak can challenge their leaders with the truths discovered here. If the Gormak and the Voss can reconcile their differences, they could join the galaxy on their own terms, instead of being used as fodder in this war.
It's not my place to stand in their way.
Thank you. Go. Others need to know what we found here. Do what you came to do.
Hold that pose. We're done here. I've captured General Redrish.
I hear Darth Seravin has kept you busy at great cost to my nerves. But at least you've been successful. Whatever General Redrish's plans were, it seems we've avoided the fallout.
I'm sure my payment will reflect the extra care.
This is the most relieved I've felt in months. I might even actually sleep tonight. Take this with my gratitude. It'll complement the sum of credits Darth Tormund sent quite nicely.
Your gratitude is appreciated, Ambassador.
I'll send word of your success to Darth Tormund promptly. Farewell.
My subordinates tell me that you dealt with the privateer and the Kawati woman.
There's nothing keeping the plan from moving forward.
Good. The campaign on Raban is coming to a close. I will direct my forces towards a full-scale assault on Corellia. Rendezvous with my flagship, the Tyrant, in Raban's outsystem.
Remember the guy Coral said was after her? Isaac, the one we were supposed to stop on Drummond Koss?
Target didn't show up. Hard to forget that.
Everything else is sort of dead-ended. I thought maybe I'd try to see what I could find on him. He's SIS, no surprise there, so there's not much to find. Except for this. He's assigned to Project 32. The same project all my relatives seem to be associated with.
You should head to one of Nar Shaddah's casinos and play that number. Probably make some credits.
Right now, I feel like maybe gambling isn't a great idea. Searching for his name tripped all kinds of security, so don't be surprised if a lot of uniforms are looking for us. I think I might take up a new hobby for a while. A safer one, like, neck suit grooming.
I've been thinking running with you ain't so bad. More downtime than I'd like, but at least it ain't like being in the can. Too much time between killings on the inside.
I have no intention of winding up behind bars.
It has its ups. Best place to meet the real scum of the universe. Get connected. Lockup took me from the streets to the major leagues.
I prefer to meet my contacts through the usual channels.
Doing a job don't get you leverage. Get someone on the inside to owe you. That means something. Shared a cell with a Hutt cartel gangster once. Helped him bust out. Got introduced to the family. Had a couple good years being an enforcer, before those slimy two-faced slugs tried to bump me off.
Something on your mind?
Family. Not much of Clan Kadera left. Aren't close either. Got spread out after the schism.
What schism?
Crusader schism. What they called the war between the clans. Ordo, Kelborn, Etera. They all recovered. Think it was a shame they kept us apart. Feud's settled now. Maybe it's time. Scene 15. Been thinking about something Corridan said. Thought he'd be seeing some real action again soon. You think he meant it? Or was that just talk?
He might have inside info we don't. Maybe he knows where things will heat up.
True. He's always been good at getting intel he shouldn't have. Almost hope he's wrong. This armor might not be up to a decent fight.
What exactly's the matter with it?
Maybe nothing. Might hold up. Hard to say. Mandalore gave you a piece of Beskar Gom, didn't he? Should be made of Beskar. Only our people can work it.
Never heard of it. Why is it important?
It's stronger than Durasteel. Can take lightsaber hits if it has to. Can't find better. This can wait. We ought to get to work.
I caught up with that old associate from the blockade run. Old Quan and I had a nice little chat. He was surprised to see me, to say the least.
Did he know anything useful?
Before I had to end Quan's retirement prematurely, I convinced him to fill me in on some gaps in our history since the blockade run. When the Hutts came looking for their return investment, Hylo Viz smuggled herself off to Republic space with the help of another free trader.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
More than you think. I know the guy. Technically, so do you. Remember Zale Barrows? She cut a deal with that twerp to hide her on Belsavis. If she's still stuck there, this is my chance to swoop in to the rescue. I've got to go after her.
If it means this much to you, count me in.
This is personal, a little too personal. I've got to take care of this on my own. If I don't make it, well, thanks. I don't think Tiresias would have ever gotten this opportunity.
When did you get back?
Oh, a little while ago. I wasn't exactly in a talkative mood. My little pipe dream involving Hilo went about as you'd have expected.
Didn't find her?
No, I found her. After all these years, I finally caught up with her, and she hadn't changed a bit. I found her on Belsavis in some sort of stasis chamber. It was like I just left.
She wasn't in a forgiving mood.
If she'd had a blaster, she'd have shot me the moment she came to. Lucky for me, she recognized that prison wasn't the place to hash things out. She took off the first chance she got. Hardly the reunion I was looking for, but I got her out of that pit. That counts for something, right?
I'm not the one to ask.
I guess I'm stuck answering that one myself. If you'll excuse me, I need to create a hangover to nurse.